Welcome to the 9th Island with your boy Small Raider and my co-host,
Mr. Fitz. Y'all know what it is, Raiders.
And today we got another special guest up in the building, man. I got to give a huge shout out to none other than Raiders wide receiver, DJ Turner, man.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you guys for having me, man. It's a blessing to be here. You know what I'm saying? I want to enjoy this conversation and get to know you guys a lot better too. So.
No, I'm saying here, man. Like I said, man, I appreciate you coming in and talking with us, man. How's everything been going? How's the whole off season so far?
It's been great, man. I mean, granted, I wish we would have got to play a little bit longer, but got a little bit more downtime, spend with my family, travel, and then now get back to work, kind of get back into a routine, get back in the facility a little bit, and hopefully gear up for a good season.
Yeah, no, for sure. Do you have any plans, or you already did everything off season, or is there any other plans you got?
So we took a couple trips, but me and my wife. So I've been married for almost a year now.
Okay.
But in July we're having like a big ceremony for my family out in Cabo. So we're like kind of in the middle of like finalizing everything. And,
Dope.
But that's gonna be a lot of fun. That's something we're all looking forward to.
Hell yeah.
Is that where you got married at?
No, so we got married out here, but it was just me and her. Like, you know what I mean? We did like our own little small ceremony, like no kids, no parents, and then like we've been planning this ever since. So now it's kind of getting close to the date, and it's super exciting.
Oh, damn, that's awesome. And I see you guys travel a lot though. What's your favorite place that you guys travel to so far?
If I had to pick one, probably Jamaica. Just because it's so much culture out there. Like everything is super nice. The resorts, the hospitality is great. And then even all the resort is so much to do. Great food, great people. I love Jamaica.
Damn, what was your favorite thing to do out there, though?
Eat. Really, just eat.
Jerk chicken good out there?
Man, jerk chicken, the beef patties. Right, 12 o'clock at night, I'm finding somebody that's making a plate. So I love Jamaica.
I always wanted to try jerk chicken out there versus the States.
No, you can't even compare it. Like it's such a big deal. I haven't ate jerk chicken back home since my first time coming out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that on the bucket list. I'm gonna go to Jamaica soon.
But when you said football's right around the corner, man. Is there any goals that you have this year, like going into this season?
Yeah, of course. So right now I'm just focusing on my conditioning and getting in the best shape possible. Yeah. Because I literally want to be on the field as much as I can. Like I know last year I played a lot of special teams and I kind of honed in on that. But I do want to develop more of an offensive role, and that's kind of been in the plans and what me and a lot of the staff has been talking about. But I still want to keep up my special teams role as well. So, and I know in order for me to do that and do both at a high level, I need to literally be in the best shape that I've ever been in. Like, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much the goal for right now. Got a new system we're gonna have to learn soon. So once we kind of get to that point, then I'm gonna start, you know what I mean, focusing on that. But right now it's just taking care of my body and being in shape.
So with that, is it hard to transition to a new system? Because I know Lugetti's coming over here as offensive coordinator and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Does it take a while? Because I know when you came in, I think John Gruden was still here, right?
Right. Yeah. So at this point, like in kind of all of our careers, like we're all kind of used to it. Like nobody gets lucky enough to just be playing in the same system like all the time. You know what I mean? So you kind of know what works for you when it comes to learning like a new offense or a new defense. And I'm not saying it's easy, but everybody has their own ways of doing it. And then I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, this be my third offense since I've been in the league. So third offense since I've been in the league. So just kind of it helps me build like my overall knowledge of the game and how certain people think, how certain coordinators think, and hopefully one day I could, coach myself and do the same thing. So
out of curiosity, Josh McDaniels, at the time when he was coach, everybody across social media was saying his playbook was one of the hardest they ever seen. You being on the offense, is that rumor kind of true?
It's definitely been the hardest offense I've ever had to learn. Just because there's so many moving pieces, so many different alerts, and we could literally be in a huddle and it could be 3 different plays, and based off of coverage or based off of pressure, you got to be ready to alert and be able to run that. You know what I mean? So it's so much stuff to think about, and even as a receiver, like a route runner, you could run a route a lot of different ways based off of a coverage, based off of a leverage. So it's just so much stuff you kind of got to be alert to, and so much stuff you got to think about in the middle of trying to play it at the highest level. So it's definitely a lot, but as you can see, guys that's played in that system for a long time, have it down packed. They all are very successful with it. So it does work. You know what I'm saying, when it's not so fresh with people, but it's just like every different offense. Like, you know what I mean? He's just got to get used to it.
That was a big thing on the internet when he was coach, so
yeah,
had to ask.
No, that's 100% though.
I don't know, the NFL draft is right around the corner, and you were in the 2021 draft, right?
I know. 2020. I think 2021. Yeah. Whenever it was after the COVID years.
Yeah, it was after the COVID year. Yeah, I think that's what Wikipedia gave me.
Yeah, 2021.
But yeah, you went undrafted in that year. Like, how was your whole draft story, and how was that like just going through that?
I mean, honestly, like I knew it was a high possibility that I would go undrafted just because like my numbers and everything in college wasn't like where most people that get drafted, like, you know what I'm saying, it didn't really stack up against it. So I knew that was a possibility. I knew like if I tested well and things like that at my pro day and all that stuff, I have opportunity, but things didn't go as planned. I didn't do bad, but it wasn't like as good as I wanted to. And then but I also had faith in myself, and I knew if I just could get the opportunity or get on the roster somewhere, I knew I could kind of make the most of it. After the kind of draft process went down, and it was kind of a little bit disappointing, like not hearing my name called, you know what I'm saying? Had my family all gathered together on day 3, just hoping for the best. But at the end of the day, I feel like the Raiders was the best spot for me. I talked to Rich Bisaccia before I got on the phone with Gruden and everybody like that, and they was excited to get me in and just to like watch me work, and that's all I really wanted to do. That was my plan from the jump. So, it worked out. Like, I'm going into year 4 now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of undrafted kids don't make it this far, so, you know what I mean? I still got a long way to go. And, I mean, like I said, drafted or undrafted, like, I'm just grateful to be in the NFL in general. Like, that's a lifelong dream. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of kids can't sit here and say that they've done it. So it's for sure a blessing.
No, and you bring up a lot of good points, you know, especially for the Raiders. We talked to a couple of the undrafted free agents that play for the Raiders now, too. And the Raiders always do good. I don't know why we don't ever do good in the first rounds most of the time. But we do great when we get undrafted free agents most of the time. And that's why, you know, guys like you, we had Alec Ingold a couple years ago. Marcel Reese became one of our best players. And then we have Isaiah who came over undrafted. So, you know, I know that future is bright. But you brought up, you know, Rich Bisaccia. How was he? You know, because I hear a lot of great things about him, you know, even when he took over as the head coach that year.
Nah, he was great. Like I said, that initial conversation I had with him over the phone, I didn't know anything about him. I never met with him before the fact. But that initial conversation over the phone, he just gave me confidence in who he thought I was as a player. You know what I mean? So I kind of felt like he was like the coach I had in my back pocket, like somebody who's like rooting for me if everybody else isn't. So it just, when you got guys like that, it makes you like eager to perform well for them because you know they're on your side. You know what I mean? And then even when he took over as a coach, like I feel like everybody kind of had a certain feeling about him like that, you know what I mean? So it was kind of easy for us to go out and play for him and win for him. Like, granted, the circumstances we went through that year, but it's guys like that are so easy to, to win over a team, you know what I mean? So, and you could see the way we were playing with him, and even now, like, you know what I mean, he's still super successful over in Green Bay, and guys still want to play for him. So, he's a great guy, and I still feel the same way about him, to be honest. So,
and that's awesome because that brings us to now, you know, like, we got another coach that became an interim head coach, AP, and we kind of feel the same resemblance between that and now. Do you feel that? And do you feel like AP, like now, we spoke a little bit before, and I know you were one of the many players that wanted him back. So how was it to finally have him become the head coach? And do you guys feel like it's much easier to play for a guy like AP?
For sure. I feel like it was a great feeling, just, you know what I'm saying, seeing that they stuck with him. And you know, I mean, of course, all the players felt that it was probably best for us to keep him. I know from the outside looking in, you don't really understand it because, like, you can't see it from a player's perspective. Yeah. But when you have a coach who also played in the league, who also went through some of the stuff that the majority of the players on the team have went through, it's easy for him to, you know, connect with us. You know what I mean? So he sees it from our perspective, and he knows what we're going through. So it's he makes it a lot easier for us to play for him. You know what I mean? Like, he knows what we need as players. It's not like, you know, I did this, that, and the third, and you need to listen to me. Like, you know what I mean? It's not that. It's like, I've been in your shoes. I know what you're going through. Let's work together. You know what I mean? So he does a great job of that, and also, like, he's just a great dude. Like, he has great energy. He's somebody who you want to like be around, somebody who you want to follow. So I feel like he's doing a great job as a leader, as a coach, and I'm looking super forward to this season. Yeah,
we could tell, like, even without hearing it from the players, that the vibe was different, and it seemed like a lot of people just got to be themselves out there.
Right.
You know, all those celebrations. I mean, it was fun for us to watch as fans, but to see the cigar celebrations and, even to see the highs and lows that this past season was, like, you got to have a little bit more time on the field, especially at special teams. One of the biggest things I wanted to bring up was, I guess, your biggest highlight of the year, you know, that strip fumble on the punt return against the Chargers, man. How was that, and what was going through your mind through that?
I mean, honestly, that whole game was a great experience. But just to like kind of leave my mark in that game, be a part of like our success, like that was I mean, I said that was a history breaking game. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just to be a part of that and kind of play my part with the success of that game, like, it meant a lot to me. And then like it was a big game for everybody. Like, everybody was watching, and to be able to make that play. It felt great. I was about to say it felt great. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy. So I mean, I even look back at that now. It helps me with my own confidence. Like, you know, what I mean? Being able to do that on that stage, like it makes me feel like it's not, you know what I mean. So it's not much I can't do on the field. Like, when it comes to, because that's not even my true position. You know what I mean? It's something that kind of just not want to say got thrown in the mix to do, but something that was best for me to be on the field. Like you said, be on the field as much as possible. And then I honed in on it, and I got really good at it. So it's like, if I can do something that I've never done before at a high level like that, then it's like, whenever I do get opportunity to do other stuff like offense or whatever, like, I feel like I can succeed at that as well. So
yeah, that was a crazy game. Every time now I take a picture with a Charger fan, I do this. 63 right there.
It's crazy because I felt like we could have ran it up though.
Yeah,
we were like 8 for 70.
Yeah, it could have been way worse. At halftime, you had the feeling like it was gonna get like real. Like, you know what I mean?
We thought, man, everything that went wrong for the Chargers went wrong that day, and as fans, like, especially after going losing 0-3
the week before
the Vikings, and then we go and score at 63. I was like, man, that's crazy. Right. But I know the vibe for you guys and the energy. Well, it was great, and even for you to have a highlight play like that was crazy. Even I think Jenkins had a play for himself too. That fumble recovery to the house,
like 50 or something like that. And then Jack Jones had one.
Jones with the one-hander. Oh,
that was crazy.
Yeah, I ain't never seen a play.
We was right there in the end zone when he did that.
Right. I know that was exciting for y'all because we was going crazy on the sideline.
Oh, I bet. And now we're like, man, we hope we can see more of that this year. And I feel like we can, man, because I feel like, you know, AP did bring the best out of a lot of the players. But you brought up a good point, you know, like, I know you're not usually a special teamer. I know you were a wide receiver. You played in the slot a couple of times as well. How do you get yourself out of that position of just being just a special teamer? Because I know you've had some play here and there, had some handoffs here and there, because I know you could do a little bit of everything. But how do you separate yourself from just being a special teams player?
You just can't get trapped in that box. I mean, and it's not. Don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, people played, like, Matthew Slater just retired this year. He played like 18 seasons. And he came in a receiver. He might have only had 2 career catches. Yeah. But he's had multiple Pro Bowls as a special teams player. Yeah. So it's not a terrible thing. It's a great thing, to be honest. But as a player, you don't want to limit yourself. You want to put yourself in that box. It's just, especially as a young player, like I said, I'm going in my 4th season. I don't want people to be like, all he can do is special teams. I still want to be able to show that I can play offense, that I can run routes and take handoffs and things like that. So it's really just a mindset. Like I said, like, making plays on special teams really gave me more confidence to just play receiver. You know what I mean? It just, the opportunity was presented. Like, I knew I would. It's more of a confidence thing for me. So it's just like, I know I can do it. Like, you know, it's just, once I get the opportunity, I got to make the most of it. And there were times, past seasons, where I didn't make the most of those opportunities because my mind wasn't where it needed to be at the right, you know what I'm saying, at the right time. But I mean, I feel like the season I had now, just off special teams alone, is helped me, you know what I'm saying, get over that hump mentally. And I feel like now when the opportunity does present itself again, which I know it will, I'll be prepared and ready to go. So
that's one big thing. Like you said, confidence is big, especially in the NFL. Because, I mean, you come into the NFL and it might seem like, oh, dang, you know, I made it. Right. But then when you're in the NFL, you know, it's like your confidence could easily get shot if you don't get the opportunities or you feel like you could have done better. How is it dealing with all of that?
It is kind of like a roller coaster, but at the same time, if you got good people around you, like a good team around you that, you know what I'm saying, knows you and understands like what you go through. Because, I mean, I know from the outside looking in, like, I mean, at least from a fan perspective, you guys are around us a lot more, so you might know it a little bit better. But from a fan perspective, you think like all these players are just indestructible. Like, we're not regular people. Like, we go through the same problems as everybody else. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, we get to play football on Sundays. And, I mean, once you figure out a way to kind of deal with that and also deal with just enjoying the game and playing at a high level, it kind of works itself out. And I think that was probably the biggest thing for me is just keep the football and everything else, like, you deal with that when you can, like, you know what I mean? So, but like I said, I got a great wife, and my kids are great, and my family around, everybody like that is great. So they help me out a lot with that, you know what I'm saying? They kind of keep me even, and throughout this whole, like I said, this whole roller coaster ride, they kind of keep me going on the uphill battle, like, you know what I'm saying, going uphill. So shout out to them for sure, and then that's pretty much how I do it. I can't speak for everybody else in the league.
Yeah, that's good. When you got a good support system, it's always key, man.
Right.
Yeah.
How amped up are you guys that Christian Wilkins is now a Raider?
No, it's big. You don't understand. Like, his play speaks for itself, but like, if you just watch him play, like, his energy, like, the way he, like, attacks the game, like, he's like a high motor guy, and you can tell he's enjoying himself out there at all times. Like, I feel like he literally fits in perfect with our team, and also, like, with our defense, like with Max and all those, and Malcolm, like, you know what I mean? I feel like, and then, like, that's a DB's, like, dream, just to have guys like that to put pressure on quarterbacks, like, every play, like, you know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, I feel like it's going to make all those guys successful. I know him and Max going to, and even Malcolm too. Yeah, like, all those guys are literally going to eat off each other. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to be a great year for that defense, man.
I'm all excited, man.
I mean, we're all excited, man. Last year, man, our defense started to turn up when AP became the head coach, and
I think it was one game we had 9 sacks, and it was from 8 different players.
Yeah. Oh, if you even want the Kansas City game, like, we literally, like, no offense to, like I said, I play receiver, but we was literally relying on them to kind of push us through that game. I mean, they literally made the right plays at the right time, and they was on the field a lot. It was a lot of turnovers, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Like, pick 6, fumble recovery for a touchdown. Like, they were on the field a lot.
7 seconds back.
So it's like they literally had to go through that game tired, but they you know what I'm saying, they did their thing. That really the real reason why we beat them, and that was probably the best feeling ever. I'm not, like, since I've been
around. I was gonna ask you that.
Christmas Day for us.
I was saying,
fucking great.
Away from our family, Christmas morning. It's like, all right, we need to
do something
right. You know what I mean? We was ready to play, and I mean, it showed. So
it's funny because we've seen it on the calendar. Or when the schedule came out, I was like, "Damn, Christmas against the Chiefs, man." We're like, "Man, we just want to have a good Christmas." That's all, man. And then after we lost here against Kansas City, I was like, "Man, we better turn up." And then, man, watching that game as a fan, it was hype. But I know, like, for you guys, it was even better.
Yeah. Right. I almost came out for that game. Because last minute, it was Saturday night, and I told my wife, I was like, you want me to have a good Christmas? Like, yeah, why? Because I spoiled everybody. I was like, let me go to Kansas. And she's like, well, you got stuff. I really had shit to do on Monday. Right. So I'm looking at the flights because I'm about to book it, but there was nothing to bring me back Monday morning.
Right. Oh, yes.
So I was screwed, but that would have been dope, man, because that was great. That was a great game.
I know you had to take care of everybody before you So I can only imagine. I know it was tough for my wife and my kids, for me not being there. When we literally had to push Christmas back a day.
Yeah.
It's like, look.
Because you guys have to be there, though.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And they look forward to this all year. We talk about it, and it's like, all right, it's Christmas morning, like, we're saying, like, you know what I mean? Or like, you know, so we just push it back a day. But we'll tell them about it later on. Like, they had a great time anyway.
Yeah, and anytime we could beat the Chiefs, though, too, like, especially as Raider fans, or even, like, for you.
Fuck the Chiefs.
We haven't beaten them since you've been here. Yeah, because I was going to say, the last time we beat them was 2020, but that was before you got
there. We literally talked about that story, like, and they was like, Something crazy happened after the game. I don't know. I guess they drove the bus around or something like that.
What, ring around the Rosie?
No.
No, that was crazy.
That pissed me off, bro.
But I'm saying the year that they beat them in 2020, the year before I
beat them in 2020. Remember they drove the bus around and
they
celebrated? John Gruden. Yeah, BP told us.
Yeah, when they did the ring around the Rosie shit, I was like, how disrespectful. Fuck these dudes.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, that was crazy. No, but like you got to be a part of what do you call it? 2021 season, even though I know you weren't on the field as much, but there was a lot of stuff that went on off the field and even affecting us during the season. But going into that last game, how was it, like, just seeing us beat the Chargers going into the playoffs?
So that was so being at that game, like, just on the sideline, that was another, like, great experience.
Yeah.
Besides this last Chargers game, like, that was probably, like, the craziest football game I've, like, ever been a part of without even that really being a part of it. You know what I mean? It just felt like a real playoff environment. I think it was whoever won Yeah. Or if we tied,
we would have
both went right. But
yeah, bro, we said the same thing. We said on fight that.
That was a crazy game. Like the energy, the whole game was super through the roof. And
we talk about that game.
We talk about it all the time.
We were there.
Yeah,
it was like a playoff game. It was regular season. It felt like a playoff.
It was our Super Bowl.
It was crazy. It was crazy. And then just to see like our energy from winning that game, like our fans interacting with us, that was great. So we know like when it comes time and when we really start winning, like it's going to be a fun time. But at the same time, like going into that next week, was the first playoff, the wild card game against Cincinnati. Like think about if we would have won that game, which it literally came down to the wire, and Cincinnati went on to the Super Bowl.
They cheated us that game.
Right, I mean.
They cheated us with that dead play, and they gave them the touchdown.
Okay. I was pissed. I forgot about that part.
I was pissed.
We still was that, like, a play away from winning it, so it's like.
And through the interception.
Right.
That's the last play.
The last play, but it's like, if we would have won that game, we just a play away. You know what I'm saying?
That's
you
crazy.
See what could have happened. You know what I mean? So it's all like, and that's the league. Like, you know what I mean? It's just being at your best at the right time. And I've not to talk up on Kansas City or nothing, but I feel like they do a good job of that. They're at their best at the right time when they need to be. And I mean they've been winning. So I just feel like it's gonna happen for us.
That's why I need to be assistant coach.
Right.
Because I'm gonna activate the practice squad to take out some knees.
This guy up here is gonna be the next
he knows
over here. He's gonna fire this guy day
130 pounds. Take out his knees.
He says that all the time, bro.
And that's true though, because once you get the opportunity, like you want to stay. You get the opportunity to play with the practice squad. You get that game check. It's like, what I got to do to, you know what I'm saying, get another, like,
30 bands.
That's a lot of money. Like, I mean, even the practice squad money is good money too, but it's a big difference. So everybody, and I mean, I've dealt with it personally, like going the whole year on practice squad and kind of up and down. Like even coming back this year off injury, I started the first week I was on practice squad and then I was elevated after that. But that first week I played, that Detroit week, I'm like, I'm only playing special teams, but I'm gonna do what I gotta do. And I had 3 tackles that game. I was like, bro, I'm not going back. Like, I don't, like, you know what I mean? I want to play. So I know everybody kind of gets that feeling, and I know you don't really hear it a lot because a lot of practice squad guys don't speak up about it, but everybody feels that way. Like, you know what I mean? And it's funny that you kind of knew the vibes. You knew the vibes. I'm like, okay, he know a little.
Stay on the team. No, but that was one thing I wanted to ask you too about how it feels to, like, get elevated, get back down, because it's so, like, I covered the Raiders for a while, and it's always crazy to hear, like, oh, somebody got signed to the practice squad, got elevated, then got cut, then got signed. It was like all in like a week or two. Like, I know you probably didn't go through all that, but how does it feel going back and forth?
Honestly, like, I've seen it a lot. Like this past season, like once I went up, I stayed on it. Like I went through my 3 games and stayed on the roster for the rest of the season. But like I see it a lot. Like it look like we can literally be dealing with an injury and there's no, like, you know what I'm saying, nobody available. They'll bring a guy up. And then, you know what I'm saying, the guy will be back, and then, you know what I'm saying, there's no need for him. So, like I said, it's such a business at the end of the day, where it's like, you don't even, like you feel for guys because you get close to them and things like that, and you're saying you know what they're going through, but it's tough, like, you know what I mean? Like I remember my rookie year, there was a week, I think Hunter was a little banged up. Like I said, I was on practice squad the whole year. Granted, like, I stayed on practice squad, and then cut me off, but it was a opportunity for me to be up. And it's crazy. My son was born the same week, and it was bad. My youngest son. So my wife had him, and I literally couldn't even stay in the hospital like the next day with him. You know, I had to go to practice because it was like, look, you could be playing. Granted, I went through the whole week, did what I had to do, and then come to find out Hunter was good to play. So I didn't even they made me show up to the game and everything like I was playing. I didn't play, so that was a tough moment for me. I know a lot of different practice squad guys go through things like that. And like I say, it's a business, and at the end of the day, your feelings can't really be a factor in it. You know what I mean? You just got to
capitalize on the opportunities.
Right, because you never know,
And I do think that week of practice did help me out in the long run because I approached it like I was literally playing the whole season. I tried my best to, at least. So you just got to have a positive outlook on situations like that. Like, you get the opportunity to be up, try to make the most of it. If it don't work out because of numbers or whatever, then hopefully you put yourself in a position to get another opportunity somewhere else, or maybe another week down the line. So it's just having a optimistic perspective on things like that. You know what I mean? You can't just be all like in the dumps about it's the reality of the game. So you just gotta kind of roll the punches.
Yeah, and I know they see it too. Like you said, you're undrafted. You're going into year 4 now, and not a lot of people get to stay around that long, especially undrafted. You went to Maryland, went to Pittsburgh, and then came to Vegas. What's the difference between all those places, and how do you like it out here in Vegas?
So I mean, it's a big difference. Like East Coast to West Coast, it's a culture change. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like being from out there my whole life, and then going to Maryland at first. Like I literally, University of Maryland is 15 minutes from my house that I grew up in.
Okay.
So I mean, it was cool being home. Like I had my mom washing my clothes every weekend. Like you know what I mean? And then when I transferred to Pitt, that was my first time away from home.
Oh, damn.
But I was only there for the 1 year. I mean, the one
Yeah.
season. Literally not even a year, like 4 months at that. Like you know what I mean? So that was kind of different. Like just being away. Like I said, I had my kid there. Like you know what I mean? There's a lot going on, but I'm not gonna say I love playing for Pittsburgh. I didn't necessarily like the city of Pittsburgh, but I love playing there. And then coming out here, like I felt comfortable literally since like my first week here. You know what I mean? It's, for some reason, like I don't always feel comfortable in different places, like you know what I'm saying. But I haven't moved back home since. Like in the off season, we stay out here. I love Vegas.
Yeah.
Like I love like everything that's available to you out here. Like I stay in Henderson. Like you know what I mean. It's super relaxed over there. Like it's not really too much going on, but then you could literally hit the strip.
That's what we say, man. It's like the best of both worlds.
And literally, and most people don't even realize that. Like I have friends that come out here and be like, "Bro, this is chill." Like you know what I mean? I'm like, "Yeah, like this."
Yeah.
What I've been telling you, you just don't know it from this perspective.
It's a very cheap city right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can get houses cheaper than California, or
Right.
Well, definitely compared to California.
Yeah, way different.
But like you said, man, like it's so I didn't even know there was like cities outside of Vegas or like anything outside of Vegas. I always thought of the Strip. But then when I moved out here, man, I was like, damn, there's so much to do out here.
Right.
Like the Strip, you could do so much, and then, or even go to the hotels, or even just if you don't even want any part of that, you could just stay home in your neighborhood and one night just enjoy it.
I think we're super spoiled by like all the restaurants. Like me and
Yeah,
my wife,
always
like, that's the
something-
best part. Yeah.
Always, there's no last call here in Vegas.
No, yeah.
You can always drink.
get a drink. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that was one of like Gruden's first thing he said when we first got in. He was like, "If you want to go get a drink Christmas morning at 5:30, like you can literally like just on the tip of like being careful and you know what I'm saying, making decisions." But I was like, but that's so true. Like you can literally go get drunk when like you know what I mean. That no, we don't. You know what I'm saying, but. It's just crazy. Like everything's available to you.
Yeah.
You got family that pops up randomly at random times. There's always something to do.
Right, always something to do. Right. So I mean, I love it. Like I said, like I don't know. I mean, what the future brings, but hopefully I can. You know what I'm saying, stay out here a little bit longer and you know what I'm saying, raise my kids out here for a little bit. I mean, we'll probably head back east or at some point, but at least while I'm playing for the Raiders, I'll always be out here. I always have somewhere to stay out here. So
it's perfect, especially for the family too. Like so much to do out here. Is there? You spoke about food. I know there's a lot of food out here. It's a blessing and a curse for us. But, but what's your go-to spot out here then?
I mean, it depends on like what we're in the mood for. If it's like a steakhouse or like somewhere nice, we'll probably head to Catch over at the Aria. That's probably my favorite spot.
Catch, yeah.
My wife is more of a Italian fan, so she likes like Carbone and you know what I'm saying, all the good Italian places. Yeah. We tried Ocean Prime. They just opened the Ocean Prime over by Crystal Shops. That went up there on my list pretty fast. I enjoyed that.
What's it called?
Ocean Prime.
Ocean Prime. We'll check that out. I love seafood.
Right. Nah, it's legit. Like it's legit. They got some good food over there.
You tried any Hawaiian spots? Cause I know there's a lot.
So I tried a couple food trucks, Hawaiian food trucks.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's cool. It's legit. Like you know what I'm saying. If I'm in the mood for it, it's definitely.
You want some good Islander food? I'm gonna tell you the spots. Matiki's, Uncle Frank's Hawaiian Barbecue, and last but not least, Grinds to the Max.
Okay, Grinds to the Max. You gotta text me.
Shoot that sponsorship.
you gotta text me all those spots. Man.
Yeah,
you gotta tell me what to get to. Sometimes it's kind of hard trying to figure out what's the.
Yeah, I'll tell you what to get.
That's a bad.
I know Super Bowl was here just a couple of weeks ago or a month ago, and like we said, you know, there's a lot to do out here. How was Super Bowl week for you? I know it would have been nice to play in there, but like, were you busy around that time?
I mean, we did we did a couple things like they had I don't even know, it's like the big over at at Mandalay, they had like the big setup with
Radio Row.
Oh,
what?
Oh no, NFL Experience.
Yeah, the Experience. So
okay.
yeah, we took I had some my nieces and nephews and my sister and
nice.
my kids and we all went there and that was cool. It was pretty packed. Like, you know what I mean? I don't really like being like in the middle of
it was.
But it was like that was crazy. Like to see them set that up and then like we did like a couple little events. But like for the most part, we kind of tried to, like, we watched the game at home. We kind of tried to stay out of the mix just because there's so much going on. But that mean from just what I experienced and hearing everybody else that like went to the game and things like that, like it seemed like it was crazy. I know they'll probably have the Super Bowl out here soon again. Like, you know,
they made a lot of money. I heard during the Super Bowl out here.
I can imagine.
A lot of people liked it out here, and there's so much to do. Like we said before, so much to do. You could be out and about, and then the Super Bowl itself was just crazy itself.
We were busy as hell that week.
Yeah, I seen. Yeah, had a lot going on. I guess I seen on Instagram.
Yeah, we got to see some of your guys over there, Jack Jones, Daniel Carlson, and them like that. But I wanted to talk about, I guess, pivot back to playing. I remember you balled out against the Vikings that one game in preseason, man.
Right.
How was that though? Like you got your first touchdown. Hopefully we get to see more of that.
Right.
But how was that? And you had the kids there and everything too?
Yeah, I mean, that was a great experience. I mean, granted, it was in the preseason, but it's still NFL football, you know what I mean, regardless of.
Yeah.
Like, you can't take that away from me. But at the same time, it was just good, like kind of being in that space, like, mentally, where it's like, you kind of feel like you can't do nothing wrong. Like, you know what I mean? I was making plays, like, literally every drive I was in, like, on offense, punt return. You know what I mean? It was just a great feeling. Kind of felt like I was back playing like high school football, college football, you know what I mean? So, and then like I said, that kind of gave me confidence and I mean, it helped me out a lot. Like I ended up making the team, you know what I'm saying, after that. And it's big. Like I said, like I know at this level I can make plays and do things like that. Like I said, if I just approach the opportunity the right way this time, you know what I mean? So that was big. That was a big game for me. Like I still look back at that film and see like some of the things I did, and you could kind of see like where my headspace was just by how fast I was playing. Like, you know what I mean? And if I like when I'm back playing that fast and back playing that confident, that's when I know I'm at my best. So that's, like I said, that's kind of been like my focus like these last couple months, just working on my like I said, being in shape, the best shape possible. And I know that also helped me play faster and do things the way I want to do them. So I mean, hopefully I can get back to that, have a good camp, and you know what I'm saying, kind of take off from there.
It's gonna be a crazy year this year, but we're excited because AP's here too, and I know it's a new age now. We got Tom Telesco over here. Have you met him yet? Or no?
Yeah, I met him a couple times.
How is he?
I mean, he was cool. Like, you know what I'm saying. It was a kind of a short conversation over breakfast. Like I was running the cafeteria. He was kind of running out, introduced myself, and he said he's heard a lot of good things about me. Plus, I mean, we played against him last year, so he remembers.
Oh yeah, he remembers everybody
for sure. Yeah, so. But no, I mean, he seems like a cool dude. He's been making some good moves on him and AP. So, like, I'm looking forward to, you know what I'm saying, like, the way they put this team together and, you know what I'm saying, how we kind of, like, take to it and come together as a team. Like I said, I feel like they've been doing a great job so far.
The defense.
The defense for sure.
Scary.
Yeah, so.
They even brought a new quarterback. How you feel about Gardner?
I was gonna ask that.
I mean, so that's one person who I haven't had a chance to meet.
Oh, okay.
But just I mean, the way he had to step up for his team and kind of come in after that quarterback went down, and the way, I mean, we lost to them. Like, you know what I mean?
He's the reason why we didn't get to playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about it. I said, I haven't met him yet, but from like he can't like from what I've seen, like he can be a really good quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we got the weapons around him. Like if it's, you know what I mean, like to help him, you know what I'm saying, benefit in his system. So, I mean, I'm excited about him. Like I'm excited about what he could bring. I'm ready to get out there and, you know what I'm saying, work with him and do whatever I got to do to kind of help him build confidence in me to get me the ball. But we'll see how it goes.
Any insight, rumors going around about who we might pick up in the draft?
I have no listen. I'm literally the last person. I'm literally the last person who y'all should. I like. I mean, it's crazy because like once you get out of college and kind of get in the league, and, like it's like you literally pay no attention. Like, you know what I mean. At least I try to keep up with Maryland and Pitt, like some of those guys that were younger that I played with. But besides that, like I can't tell you anything.
You watch Maryland still here and there?
Yeah, I keep track. Like I said, like a lot of those guys that at least coming out this year, I played with. Like right before I transferred out, so I try to, you know what I'm saying, watch from a distance and, you know what I'm saying, support as much as I can. And then, like even those guys at Pitt, like it's some of the same coaches there, like Pat Narduzzi, like he reaches out, talk to him like every now and then. You know what I mean? Those are my two schools. Like even though I don't have like, even though I left Maryland, it wasn't like on a bad note. Like it was literally just because of COVID. They shut down the Big Ten, so it wasn't like I wanted to leave. It's just I wanted to play. So like I still got good relationships with a lot of those guys over there too. So I try my best.
That COVID messed up a lot.
Yeah, it's tough.
So you knew Jacorian before he came over?
Yeah, Jacorian. Yeah, like so he had literally just got in at Maryland like
when you left.
Like literally right before I left. So I got to meet him. We went through like the off season kind of together, and then that first couple weeks of camp before they shut down the Big Ten, and then I was out. So it was good seeing him come over to Raiders. I mean, we already knew each other. So
and then what do you think about the Tua's younger brother?
Leah, I love Leah, bro. Like I literally, I mean, we don't talk as much now because it's like going on for both of us. But while I was there, like I didn't get the opportunity to really play with him. Yeah. But we had a little connection, kind of going, like looking forward to that season. It just kind of messed up everything with the COVID, like you said. So we never really got to show that. But we was gonna be legit. Like I mean, we had some weapons.
That would have been crazy. That would have been crazy to see that connection.
This on the subject with Samoans. Where you come from, Maryland? Was there any Samoans out there?
Not really.
Did you know what Samoans were before football?
I mean, I had an idea. Like, so I had one of my best friends who actually played for the Raiders for a little bit, Nick Nelson.
Oh, yeah.
So me and him literally like grew up like kind of like brothers. You know what I'm saying? We grew up together in PG County, Maryland. He went to Hawaii before he transferred to Wisconsin.
Okay.
So he would always come back with a lot of like stories, like, you know what I mean? It was always super interesting. So that was pretty much it. Like whatever he would tell me about like some of the guys on his team or like some of the people like in the state, like that's pretty much all I knew. You know what I mean?
I noticed a lot of the East Coast like Samoans. What's Samoans?
Yeah, I mean, I had a general idea, and then like I said, I heard stories, and then when I got here, like I said, of course I knew Leah back in Maryland, and hanging around Marcus Mariota, he was like probably the coolest person I ever met. So I'm like, okay, I have nothing, no negative energy or nothing bad against him. I was like, the only two like people from Hawaii who I even know are like literally like two of the coolest people in the world. You know what I mean? So.
The people look at us, they see big monsters, but we're cool people.
Yeah, and then I mean, getting to meet you guys a couple months back, and you know what I'm saying, just chilling, chopping it up with y'all. Like, I can tell, man.
No, it's all love, man. I seen today that Netflix is coming out with Receiver, with Davante Adams is going to be, I guess, the main guy there.
Right.
Are we going to see a cameo from you in there or something?
I mean, you might see me like in the camera a couple times. Like,
did you notice the cameras around?
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's hard to admit. Like they literally had cameras set up in our meeting room at times. Like, you know what I mean?
I didn't even.
There was actually, I think it was a Green Bay game. It was before I got signed back. Like while I was still rehabbing.
Yeah.
Me and my wife had went and we set up like with his family at the in his little suite. And they literally had the cameras like all in there, like it was crazy. But I didn't at that time, like I didn't even realize what they were. I thought it was just some like NFL films.
Oh,
whatever.
Yeah.
But then once he explained it, like I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Like literally,
that's crazy.
But now I'm excited for that. Like not even just to, because I mean we're with him all the time. Like, you know what I mean. I'm with him in the facility all the time, and we get to see him work every day. But just to go see like those other guys and. You know what I'm saying, how they prepare and like what they put into the game, you know what I mean? Because you see what they get out of it, like they're all very good players, but just to see the way they approach it, and I'm excited. I'm for sure excited to see that.
No, for sure. And speaking of like content like that, you guys do have a YouTube channel yourself, right?
Right. Yeah,
you and the wifey and the family and stuff like that. How is that going in? And what made you guys want to start a YouTube channel?
Honestly, we really should do a better job at it. Like, you know what I mean? We don't. It's just like we be so in the moment, like when we're doing stuff as a family. It's just hard to be like, oh, let's record this, or oh, let's vlog this, and it's like we kind of got to force ourselves to do it just because it's not like the most natural thing. Is you like you guys got a podcast. It's not like the easiest thing to kind of just jump into. So but I mean it was fun. Like everybody, like before we started it, like people were literally telling us like, oh, make a YouTube channel. Yeah. And we started it, and we was doing pretty good for. We're just not as consistent as we need to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we talk about it, and then, like I said, we'll forget to, like, we'll go on a trip or go on a vacation, we'll forget to record, or we'll do stuff with the kids, and it's like all right, we'll get to it when we can, you know what I mean? But we got more content coming soon, I promise you. We can start.
That's awesome. No, I seen it one time, and I think it was when they came to one of your games. I think the Vikings game. I was like, oh damn, I didn't even know you had a.
I think we did.
You guys did the KC?
We did, the Kansas City game.
That
was our last video. But I mean, it's cool, like, cause our kids watch it.
Yeah.
So I know we did a video from my rookie year of my son's first birthday.
Oh, okay.
And it's cool because my youngest son wasn't even born. My wife was still pregnant at the time.
Uh-huh.
So like he'll watch the video and it's just like his eyes get big. He's like trying to figure out exactly like where am I? Like what's going? Like, you know what I mean? And they literally ask to watch the videos over and over. You know what I mean? So it's cool for them to see it and like their perspective of it. Like, you know what I mean? So I mean I feel like that's my biggest takeaway from it. You know what I mean? It's more for them to kind of have their memories and. You know what I mean? Like, if it blows up, it blows up. You know what I mean? That is what it is. But it's just a fun thing for them. You know what I mean?
No, that's awesome. And you live in Vegas, too, so I know there's a lot of things to do out here, too.
Right.
But when you guys ever shoot stuff like that. And I see, even when, what's his name? Isaac came.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I didn't even know they was, like, big on TikTok like that, so I ran across his videos.
Right.
He does a lot of content creating, too.
See, I didn't know either until my wife told me about it. Because, I mean, I like... She's way more on TikTok than I am. Like, I'll probably get like a day out of the week. Yeah. And I'll scroll for like 15 minutes. Like, bro, I need to go do something else. Like, but like once she told me about it and I got to see like how big they were, I was like, bro, that's crazy. Like, that's kind of cool. Like, you know what I mean? Right. But no, I mean it's dope. There's so much stuff to do on different platforms nowadays.
Yeah.
And
that's why I blew up on TikTok.
Oh, for real? I didn't see. I wouldn't even know. Like,
that was the first app I blew up on.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what's up. I'm not on. I need to get on there a little bit more. I need to probably do a little bit more posting on there too. But it's just so hard. Like I said, like
you're so busy doing
we
all this.
We so caught up in like what's going on. It's like hard to at least post content. Like you'll see different things, and you know what I'm saying. But we'll get to it.
No, it is tough because like having to because I think you guys record it yourselves, right? Like
we don't
most of the time. So like even like. Because my wife is more like she just wants to be in the moment. Because I vlog too on the side. Me, I'm always like, oh, let me get this. And sometimes it feels kind of weird though too to do that. And most of the time at the games, it's funny for me because when I vlog and I try to record something bad always happens. And then when I put my camera away, something good always happens. I'm like,
maybe you should stay away from the vlog.
I was like, I'll tell you, Josh Jacobs, when the microphone stopped working, he recorded the whole thing with no audio.
So the whole signing, like a quick story. You know how you did the signing with League of Bandits, shout out League of Bandits and Black Hole. They did one with Josh Jacobs. So the whole day, you know, I was recording clips here and there, you know, and then they're like, okay, you could talk to Josh. I'm like, oh, cool. I did the whole interview. I came back. My wife was holding the camera for me. I didn't see no audio going on. I was like, nah. I went to listen. I had all video, no audio. So I was like, damn, bro. I didn't even pay attention to that. But
that's tough because you don't want to start the whole interview over.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, it's okay, man.
Yeah, it is.
I'll just show the video.
You used it for Super Bowl, man.
I did use it for Super Bowl. Oh, what do you call it? Let the people know what YouTube channel. Or what the name of the YouTube channel is.
Yeah, so the Turners. It's the Turners.
Okay.
Like I said, it's not super updated, but there's some good stuff on there. Like, you want to go, you know what I'm saying, give it a little, we will start posting more content. We just got to be a little bit more consistent. But like I said, there's some good videos on there. You want to get to know me and my family a little bit more, my kids. Some of my friends, like we post our friends on there too. It's a lot of fun. Like it's real genuine, like who we really are, who our friends really are. Like it's us just being us, you know what I mean? It's not like us pretending to, you know what I'm saying? We're just a regular family, and I just so happen to play football. So it's definitely cool, man. Y'all want to go check it out. It's the Turners. Like all the videos. It's not that many, but like all of them. Subscribe. Like I said, we got more content coming, man.
And that's why a lot of fans like watching because they even like with the podcast or the vlogs, they get to see another side of the players. Because like in the beginning, you know, I would always look at the players like, oh my gosh, like they're untouchable. But when you find out they're just people like us, you know, it makes it much easier to connect with them and stuff like that and understand.
Right.
So, you know, definitely go check out the Turners.
Mike Tyson or Jake Paul?
Come on, bro. Mike Tyson.
That's what I said. These motherfuckers right
He is a little bit older. And then, I mean, it's
I don't care how old he is. The motherfuckers
it's more for entertainment.
I don't know.
It's entertainment purposes. So who really knows what's going to really happen? But
if something happens to Mike Tyson, it is rigged 100%.
Bro,
100.
I don't know if I seen a video of him like doing some training, like getting ready for the fight. I don't know. It's a machine called a BFR machine. So they literally like whatever, like say you know what I'm saying, rehabbing or whatever. They'll put it around like your leg or your arm, and it restricts all your blood flow. So like when you're doing the workout, it's literally just straight muscle. Like it's literally just for you. Like they use it for like a lot of older people. Like you know what I'm saying, that just want to, you know what I'm saying, or like amputees like from the army, like when they're missing a part of the arm, like they'll cut it off so that part can get stronger. But it's literally like it sucks. Like that shit sucks. Like it's the hardest way to work out. And I seen him with 2 of those machines, one on this arm, one on this arm. He's like slamming the medicine ball, and I was like, yeah, there's no way he's about to lose. Like after I seen that, I'm like, there's no way he's about to lose, bro. Like so,
it's gonna be Jake Paul's first loss.
No, he already lost.
First knockout, where he gets knocked the fuck out.
They shouldn't even be fighting, but it is.
They shouldn't.
It don't got nothing to do with me. I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, speaking of boxing, man, I've seen some of your teammates go boxing and stuff like that. Do you get into the ring a couple times?
Yeah, so I'm not like sparring on that, but the guy who we all work with, well, like literally the majority of the team is Taylor Berry. He
okay.
Yeah, TV. He has his own gym like out in Henderson too. It's a super dope gym. Like you know what I'm saying. He has like he's had like some like Davante, Tank Davis was training in there. There's a couple guys. His dad is a really famous boxing trainer too. So it's he's a real cool dude. So I know a lot of us linked up with him, and a lot of us are like super cool with him too. Like he's kind of like a part of the team almost. Damn. But now shout out to him, and he's got like a good little program going on, like a good little all season program. I'm actually going tomorrow. It's like a part of my little schedule that I got going. So.
Awesome.
But yeah, now it's great conditioning. You know what I mean?
It is.
Like it's a different type of being in shape. You know what I mean? I feel like we all could use that at some point. You know what I mean? Especially it's like football being so much stop and start. You know what I'm saying? It's good for you. So, that's pretty much everybody. Like you know what I'm saying? Everybody who you might have seen box literally in that same gym with the same trainer. So.
I seen, and I know Max be getting in the ring sometimes. Even the octagon sometimes.
Well, he's like a big he's a different dude. I'm not gonna lie. He's like a real big like fighting fan too. Like you see him.
I seen him sparring with what's his name, Strickland.
Yeah, you see, I don't even you know what I mean. That's beside the point. Like I said, Max is a different dude. Man, shout out to Max. Man. He's one of a kind for sure. So.
Would you ever get into like a power slap?
With the right person, yeah. 100%.
I'm not doing that. Somebody smack me, I'm tripping.
Well, you don't be awake by the time.
You just gotta. I don't know.
Especially how they put the powder on, I'll be feeling disrespected and shit.
You just gotta make sure your slap is a good slap.
I think what the champions Hawaiian do.
Yeah, the secret is grow your beard out like heavy, bro. It's soft as a slap.
Yeah, you just can't let it. Like you gotta go first and can't let it get to the repercussions. Like you just gotta get it done.
I don't know how they do that shit. That's just crazy. Oh, with football and everything, man. Like I know family's big for you, especially you and your little family. Like, how do you balance football and family time? And is it hard?
Yeah. I mean, it's not the hardest thing in the world, but it is a little bit challenging. Just you know what I'm saying, trying to deal with both. And like I said, like sometimes like family problems can linger over to football, or football problems can linger over to me being at home. But I think the biggest thing I work on, or I try to do, is just be present, like in the moment where I'm at. Like, you know what I mean? So if I'm in a facility, I'm just worrying about what's going on in the facility. I'm worried about learning playbooks or game plan and things like that. And then once I leave and I take my quick 3-minute drive home, like once I get home, it's no more football. Like I'm not DJ the football player. I'm dad. I'm the husband. So it's like I'm trying to be in the moment and trying to be fully there for them. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be thinking about what I did wrong in practice, or you know what I'm saying, who I'm going against in this week's game. It's just be there for them. And you know what I'm saying? I feel like just having a good balance of that is pretty much how I deal with it. Like I know certain people do different things, but I mean, like I said, they're like you can ask my wife or any of my friends. Like I go home, like I don't ever have conversations about football. Like literally anything. Like I literally only talk to one person about football, and that's my older brother. Oh, and then besides him, I try to steer away from him. You know what I mean? Because
you're with them most of the time.
Yeah, exactly. So
we lucked out then.
Right, yeah, 100%.
Get it all out right now.
100%, yeah. We can get it all out now. You know
Appreciate you.
Anybody want to have a conversation about football, I was like, look, go watch this podcast. You know?
Oh, yes. That's true.
You want to know something? We covered it on here. So.
Yeah. And how is it for your kids, though? Like, have they fully realized that their dad's in the NFL, and do they enjoy going to the games and stuff like that?
Yeah, they enjoy the games. My oldest son, he doesn't know it to the fullest extent. He just he knows his dad's a football player. Like, he doesn't know, like, the different levels of, he knows like baby football players, and he knows like what I do.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
I mean he's not like super into it yet. Like he's still trying to figure out like himself. And I know, like I said, he likes dinosaurs. You know what I'm saying? He does like sports, but you know how kids attention spans are. You know what I mean? So but I do think like he does like understand a little bit of what's going on. And I mean, not a lot of kids get to grow up in situations like that. You know what I mean? So just for him to grow up and get older and be able to be like, oh well, my dad did this or my dad, you know what I mean? Like that's big for me. Like, and even if I don't have to, like I want to, but I don't have to have the career like Jerry Rice or nothing like that. For like, as long as they look at it as like that's something they can be proud of, that means the most to me. Like, you know what I mean? So
that's like with what I do. You know, my kids. You know, I'm trying to build the social media, and we do what we do. And my kids like, oh, Dad gets millions of views online. You know, that type of stuff. So.
Yeah, it's big. Like, and then that's never gonna go nowhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? They'll be, like you say, your oldest is 15. When your youngest is 4, he'll be 15, 16 years old, showing his friends like, yeah, look what my dad did. You know what I mean? So that's the big. And then, you know, back when we were growing up, your dad could literally be like, oh, I did this, that, and the third, and it's like it's literally no proof. Like, it's like all you just gotta choose to believe him. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, you was a
I could
best player. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was the best basketball player in the world. Like, but there's no way to even, you know what I mean? So it's like, well, your uncle was. It's like, but now it's like it's all there. Like everything. Everything is recorded. Everything is saved. So it's like,
especially with the vlogs now too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we can go back and like look at your dad. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? So.
There's proof with everything. That's why I'll be tripping out sometimes. I'm like, hey, guess who followed me? And they're like, no, they didn't follow you. I'm like, right here, look.
Right. And that's the biggest thing too. Like they'll grow up and it's like, oh, are you telling me that I played with Davante's kids? Like he's a Hall of Famer. I played with his kids. But that's in the reality, like it doesn't matter to them. Like, you know what I mean? Right now, they're just living in the moment. But when it does matter down the line, like, you know what I mean? It's a proud, you know what I mean? That's a proud thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So.
And then even on top of that, like, you get to play in Allegiant Stadium too. They get to go to Allegiant Stadium all the time.
Crazy, right?
Not every stadium in the league. Not every stadium is built the same though too.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Hopefully, like I said, we make it to a Super Bowl. That's something they can experience, and you know what I'm saying. I'm sure it'll be a million pictures of that. And it's like you hold on to that. I know if my dad played, you know what I'm saying, professionally, like I would be walking around with my chest out no matter what. Like, you know what I mean?
Raiders go to the Super Bowl. I'm front row, and I'm dropping a bag on that front row seat.
As you should. As you should. I would. If I had it, I would.
I know that.
I'll make it happen. I make everything happen. I'll make it happen.
Okay, we'll believe that. You guys have proof. Okay, I got some quick questions before we do head out of here, man. First one, who's your favorite player growing up?
Sean Taylor.
Favorite thing to do outside of football?
Watch movies. I don't know. It's literally just been football my whole life. But yeah, I get into a good movie right now.
Do you have any favorite? Well, I know you said Any Given Sunday.
Yeah, that was my favorite. But yeah,
favorite TV show then?
The Office.
Oh, that's my shit, bro. I can watch this shit over and over again. Is there a place that you want to go on vacation that you guys have not been to?
Philippines.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's where actually my wife was from. Like she's only been there once when she was younger.
Yeah.
Like, her family talks so highly of it. And then you see like these videos and how nice it looks. It's like so calm. Like one day we definitely want to take a trip.
We gotta see what the hype is about. Maybe Samoa.
Yeah, maybe Hawaii. Yeah,
Hawaii. Samoa.
Never been to Hawaii, so.
Samoa's different. There's an actual island in Samoa.
Oh, okay. See, I see.
Oh yeah, because everyone thinks it's together.
But so wait, is it? So it's the big island, and there's different islands off of it.
So Hawaii,
whole different thing from Samoa.
So you hear like people reference us as Polynesians.
Okay.
So the South Pacific, Polynesian. You got Hawaii is one area. Then 8 hours from there, you got Samoa. You got Tonga, Fiji. You got all these different.
So these are out of
these are out of.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
So see, I got it. I'm gonna go home and do some research.
No, you can't
put it on the bucket list. What's something that you would tell a young football player or wide receiver that's trying to make it to the NFL? What's something that you would tell them that you wish you knew?
Like just don't pay attention to the numbers game. Like a lot of people try to scare you with that. And it is a real thing. But if this is something you really want to do and it's something that you believe you can do, then just go out and do it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you go through life and it's not like you want to play football and it's like so many reasons why you should stop or so many people telling you why you can't make it. But as long as you got faith in yourself and you just never stop trying, never stop putting in the work, it's possible. So that's like my biggest thing that I tell these kids. And then also enjoy the whole process of it. Like from Little League to high school to college, like you get so caught up in, oh, I want to make it to the pros, I want to go make this much money, or you know what I'm saying, do this, but the real fun is in the journey. Like you know what I mean? I love playing in the NFL, and I've had a lot of fun playing in some of these games, but I've never had fun like I did playing high school football. Like I'm still super close friends with some of those teammates. Like, and looking back at it, I was just so worried about getting scholarships and going to the next level. I mean, I'm not gonna say I took it for granted, but I didn't appreciate it as much as I should have. You know what I mean? So definitely enjoy the process and enjoy where you're at in your life, and like I said, just keep working hard. Anything is possible.
No, for sure, man. With that being said, man,
I have one last question.
Go ahead.
Do you own your house?
Not out here. No, I don't own my house. Man.
You saved yourself.
I'm a sales guy. I just saw I just sold him a roof.
Okay.
I'm real good at my job, so I got him the best deal possible. He was happy. You know,
He's jack of all trades, then.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all right.
I sell roofs, AC units, solar systems. I also subcontract security teams.
Okay.
So you ever need security guards? You guys around the town.
You got
some
like
big bodies.
You got one card, or you have multiple cards for all this?
He got no
word of
cards.
mouth. I don't even do cards.
So no, I just
Everybody knows on social media. You know what I mean?
I guess. Do y'all go out there a lot?
For LA?
Yeah.
For all the Raider games.
Okay. Yeah. Nah, we try to get out there a lot too.
Oh, like to travel out there?
Yeah, just because it's such a quick drive. You know?
Yeah,
I always follow.
I'm from Santa Ana.
Oh, okay.
I'm from Long Beach, so.
Oh yeah.
I'm always back and forth. Yeah.
I like California. I don't like how, like you said, how
Expensive it is. Yeah.
So if you ever need any of those, I'm the guy.
I got you.
It's okay.
One-stop
You can
shop.
forget it all. Well, speaking of California, man, you will be at the Raider Nation kickoff this year, right? Because I seen you were on there, and we'll be over there.
We got a booth.
Okay. So definitely, if you guys are gonna be out there, man, stop by, say what's up to those, and even all the other players that are gonna be there as well, man.
Yep.
But is there any last words that you want to say? Any?
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty much set, man. I appreciate you guys for having me, man. It's been a great time, like on and off the set. You know what I mean? Looking forward to everything that, you know what I'm saying, we got coming this year. I know it's going to be a good year, like not only on our part, but on the fans, you know what I'm saying, with the fans and everybody else included. And I'm just looking forward to it, man. Go Raiders.
Yes, sir. Go Raiders, man. With that being said, until the next one, Sports More Raider and
Mr. Fitz.
We're out.
Peace.